We share the full aesthetics of beloved content. Sometimes that content must be listed, rated, or otherwise compared. But we won't settle for a simple run-of-the-mill video. We need something more. We need the low was the recent Slaylist.
Welcome back to Slaylist, Pumpkin Patch. Why don't we see just how dark and deep the woods are? Let's find out what goes bump in the night by choosing our top 5 creature feature films. Welcome, Jeff and Joanna, once again with their selections.
What are we doing today, baby?
We are doing creature features.
Creature features. Number 5.
Sharknado.
Which one?
All of them.
You have to pick one.
All of them.
What is so great about all the Sharknadoes?
Really? Ian Ziering. Wait, is it Ian or Ian?
I think it's Iron.
Well, I am picking all of them. You got Ian's like chainsaw, you got Terry Figure like hands, and you got all the damn cameos of Ian's like
Which cameo is your favorite?
all of them.
Number 4.
The Blob.
Yes. 1958, King of Cool, Steve McQueen, first lead role in a feature film. Unfortunately, his acting was described as pretty terrible, but you still get a militia of high school students and a diner, so it's still plenty of 1950s exploitative fun, which made the studio a lot of money. Spoiler alert. It didn't rain. So was Blob, but it didn't rain.
Number 3.
Skull Island. It's the end of the Vietnam War. Lieutenant Colonel Preston Packard, played by Samuel L. Jackson, has one battle left. He goes to a mysterious island. Along for the ride are Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson, so you end up getting Nick Fury, Loki, and Captain Marvel versus some serious kaiju.
Well, what about Kong?
That monkey could scrap.
He wasn't that
He was
bad.
throwing uppercuts, he was throwing elbows, serious street fighting skills. In fact, kaiju, more like Ryu.
Number 2.
Yeah, on a serious note, at the end of last year, we mourned the loss of a national treasure, Miss Betty White.
Our number 2 pick is 1999's Late Placid. This gives us a small but endearing piece of her highlight reel where Miss Betty White and, well, she's a bit salty, you know. She's aiding and abetting her little boo thing. Well, she's not really little, but it's a 30-foot saltwater crop.
Lake Placid. And to paraphrase Canada's greatest export, Chris Jericho, sea monsters are our jam.
Yep.
That brings us to our number 1 pick. Before we can do our number 1, we have to throw out a shout out to Jessica. Thank you so much for keeping the OGs, the Universal Studio monsters, in the mix. And that brings us to our pick, our man, the Gill Man, in the 1954 classic Creature from the Black Lagoon.
You are loving that movie.
Just look at him.
He's super cute.
He is a serious creature. He didn't even want any trouble. They went dragging nets through his neighborhood. They should have just left him alone.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't.
Nope.
So you get some serious underwater cinematography paired with the new gimmick, relatively new gimmick at the time, the 3D film. So he's coming out of the Black Lagoon, coming off the screen,
Coming at ya.
coming at you. And that's Creature Features. Coming at you.
I think that's a wrap.
I love it.
Check out fellow horseman JT Wheatley's selections. It's time for Spooky Thor to give us his picks for creature features this month.
Hello, Pumpkin Patch. Spooky Thor here, come from Beyond the Darkness to talk to you today about creature features. Number 5, Rampage. Regular animals become much bigger animals, start attacking cities and eating people, and Dwayne Johnson has to come in and lay the smackdown on them and some bad people and stick things up their candy asses. What more could you want? Number 4, Godzilla 2014. Godzilla meets the Scarlet Witch long before she becomes the Scarlet Witch and starts messing with multiverses of madness, whatever that's all about. Or maybe this is where she starts messing with multiverses. Who knows? Number 3, Cloverfield. I mean, of course, you knew I had to add a found footage movie onto this list. And of course, this would be one about a monster attacking New York City and eating TJ Miller. Number 2, Pacific Rim. Jax Teller trades in his motorcycle for a Jaeger. It's a Jaeger that I can actually stomach. Number 1, Jurassic Park. The movie that spawned a franchise and had Jeff Goldblum pontificating about scientists being so preoccupied about whether or not they could that they were too busy not asking whether or not they should. A true classic, and probably the best movie I'm going to talk about on my list. And so that was my top 5 for creature features. What are your top 5s? Let us know in the comments below.
Oh yeah!
Check out Eric Center's selections. Welcome, Jessica, to the Slaylist. Let's see what she has in store for us this month.
Hi everybody, it's time for my selection of creature feature movies for the month. Unfortunately, James told me that I can't select robots for this list, even though I really love robots. I was so sad about that. But for my number 5 selection, I did find a creature feature that does have something mechanical. Not necessarily robots, but mechanical birds. That's right, mechanical birds are back, baby. The Birds, the Alfred Hitchcock classic, which scared my brother when he watched it when he was like 6 years old. Actually, they didn't even use the mechanical bird, so I don't know if that counts, but it was the closest I had come to getting robots in this list. Number 4 on my list is Trick or Treat. Sam is our creature that's the embodiment of Halloween. And I just thought this movie was brilliantly done, and I love Sam, and I think that part of the thing that makes this movie so brilliant is how cute he is and how much people love him and love dressing their kids up as Sam when he's actually pretty vicious. So I love that dichotomy, and it makes it really interesting and fun. Number 3 on my list is Frankenstein. Obviously a classic. I know that you're shocked. It's a Universal monster movie. Why isn't it number 1 on my list? And honestly, it's a classic, and maybe it should be number 1, but there are just 2 other creature features that I really love. Number 2 on my list, some of you guys might not think this is a horror movie, but Jurassic Park. The dinosaurs are definitely the creature here, and while some people might argue that it's not horror, I would argue that it does have elements of horror, which puts it on my list. If you are on a plane that's experiencing a humongous amount of turbulence, watching Jurassic Park is comforting. What am I saying here? The classic score throughout the movie really is very calming and brings me back to the first time I ever watched it. I did actually watch Jurassic Park on a plane that was experiencing turbulence, and it did bring me a lot of calm, even though I would still argue that it's a horror movie. But anyway, Jurassic Park, it's on the list, and it's wonderful. And number 1 on the list, Pan's Labyrinth. Just brilliant and absolutely beautiful. It's a must-watch for me. If you've never seen Pan's Labyrinth, then I highly, highly recommend it. It really draws in elements of storybook, and it's so beautifully done and also grotesque. It's so perfectly melded together. Guillermo del Toro does an amazing job in this movie. Highly recommend. My favorite creature feature of all time. I just really, really loved it and thought that it was brilliantly put together. But let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Behold, Star Seals picks this month. And welcome our very special celebrity guest, Dr. Emily Zarka, as she chooses her top 5 creature features. And trust me, if you want an actual professional, you ain't gonna get any better than Dr. Z herself. She visits us all the way from the PBS YouTube channel, Storied, where she is the host and main writer of Monstrum. And now it's time for my selections. Hey everybody, it's James, and it's time for me to give you my 5 picks for creature features for this month's Slaylist. I absolutely love low-budget horror films, so that's why my number 5 selection for this month is called Dark Walker. A lot of low-budget films have creature feature themes, and I love probably most of them, but this one from 2003, starring Chuck Williams, is absolutely amazing. It's like Swamp Thing, only it's nothing like Swamp Thing. My number 4 is Puppet Master. I love Puppet Master. I love puppets coming to life. I don't really want puppets to come to life in real life. That would be terrible. I have a lot of puppets. Actually, I don't have a lot of puppets. Okay, I guess they can come to life. I'm fine, whatever. Number 3, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I know I'm a sucker for some of the Universal films, Jessica is as well. I think everybody who's a true horror fan loves traditional Universal horror films. I mean, the name's in it. You want a creature feature, Creature from the Black Lagoon's got you. Number 2, Hellboy. I love creature features, and I love watching movies when you see what goes bump in the night, but I love it when they bump back. It's one of the few creature feature films that you can watch where the creature is actually the hero. Believe it or not, he's a good guy. I think that's the tagline. Number 1. Let's be honest, if you're gonna do a list of creature features, you might as well choose the creature, aka the monster, aka Frankenstein. Boris Karloff is amazing as Frankenstein. Yeah, I said his name's Frankenstein because I know that some people are out there like, technically, Frankenstein is the name of the doctor, not the creature. Technically, starting in 1935, Universal advertised Frankenstein as the name of the monster and the doctor. If the doctor made the creature is his son, he would have the same last name anyway. Come on, I'm done with this. It's Bush League. Come on. Let me know in the comments what you think of my picks. What are your favorite 5 creature feature films? I'd love to hear what you got to say. Let me know down in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Slaylist. Let us know in the comments what your top 5 creature feature films are. And make sure that you join us next month as we celebrate Witches Month.
Thank you for watching. If you don't mind, please click or treat. That's where you like, share and subscribe. You can also stalk us on all the social media sites. Thank you for riding with the Four Horsemen, where Halloween lives and fall is forever.